Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, and I'm on my quest for England, and I'm on another walk. I'm on a public bridle way. I made a previous walk. I'm just north of Steyning in Wappingthorn Woods, and I'm on this lane, public bridle way and public footpath. Well, I'm going to stick to the bridle way, which means horses can come on it. The footpath direction goes that way, which I did do a few moments ago, but I did that in my previous video. I'll put a link in to that. This one, I'm following the public bridle way, as I say, but I have no idea where it goes. I'm off my map that I downloaded for my previous walk, but I saw it there and I was seduced by it. So I'm going to take a little stroll along this walk and see what's what, really. We've got some blackthorn here coming into flower, into blossom, which is fantastic to see. I made the mistake of thinking it was hawthorn, but hawthorn comes out more in May. Blackthorn is a couple of months earlier. I should have known that in the previous statement. Also, at the moment, there are some lovely primroses. You'll see them. There's some down there. I can't actually get to it because of the little stream, but they are beautiful. Now, in today's walk, I was aware that actually, because of the situation we're in with the coronavirus and the drastic measures we're all having to take, I was aware that perhaps there will be quite a few people who are at home now thinking about getting out into the countryside, or should be encouraged to get out into the countryside, because on the whole you don't really see that very many people, and it's a great way to experience the world and life. And if you're one of those people who've just had to go to work, another footpath sign here giving me multi-directions. I'm going to carry straight on because I don't know where I'm going, so I'm going to make sure I remember that actually I'm just going straight for the moment. So it's a bit muddy where I am, but we'll go through this lovely bracken. It's a great time to get out. It is a great time to get out. So all the time that we are allowed to go out, I do urge people to go out into the countryside. And so I thought I'll put together just a few simple bits of advice, really, for people who might be venturing for the first time, as people start to wonder if they can get out. They don't want to go down the town. They want to be where there's fewer people. And the countryside, as I said before, is a perfect place for just that sort of thing. And you get to see amazing things. You know, it's trees with all the lichen on here, or lichen, depending on how you like to describe it. There's so much in nature that a lot of people perhaps haven't overly thought about. You know, they just think a tree is a tree. And of course, it's not just a tree. It has a name, it has a species, it has a time of year when it comes into blossom and into bud and that sort of thing. We mentioned blackthorn, which is here at the moment. There, of course, is the animals and the birds and the banks with the moss. Everything has meaning, and it's just so invigorating to get out and see the seasons change, which is really what this little walk is about. So I'm not really going terribly far in this. So one of the things I wanted to say was, if you are going out for the first time or for a long time, don't think that you have to go on long walks to enjoy it. You don't. You'll hear people saying, I'm going on 8 miles or I'm doing a 12-miler. Don't feel that you have to do that. You do have to work up your stamina in order to do that. And many of those people who do those sort of walks, they're not actually enjoying the countryside as much as they could do, because they're so focused on getting the miles done, they're not stopping and looking. And there is so much to see. There really is so much to see and just sort of absorb, I suppose, stopping in the countryside, listening. It is only by stopping that you'll have a chance of seeing any wildlife, because wildlife will of course have heard you stomping along, especially if you're going at sort of your 3 miles an hour average walking speed as you're trying to get these long walks in, and you'll miss it all. Stopping, pausing, breathing in that precious, clean, natural air, so vital to us all. Making connections with these amazing living things, and just having that moment to enjoy it. I will be making, and have been making, videos about the countryside, about exploring this wonderful country. This is my quest for England. Regular viewers will know what I'm up to. I'm by no means an expert. I'm just an enthusiast, and I'm learning all the time, and I want to share that knowledge as best I can with my audience. Lovely farm in the distance there behind me, and enthuse people to go out and enjoy themselves and explore the countryside. It can be challenging when it's muddy like this, but it is worth it nonetheless. Oops, I nearly slipped through a whole load. So let's talk about some of the things that you might want to prepare yourself before you just launch yourself off into the country. Well, having a good pair of walking boots is really essential. You don't have to spend a lot of money on them. They come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. I would say that is the most important. You want to have comfortable feet, of course. And oh wow, look at all this. Look at this gorse. Here we go. You just get surprises. You see this beautiful yellow, vibrant yellow. Isn't that lovely? More here. It is just gorgeous. And there's the country code. Now the country code, I remember in the 70s, they were very, it was very much in people's minds. What is the country code? And it would be printed in places and stuff. I haven't seen it so much now. It's pretty much common sense, really. The land that you go on, that you're permitted to go on paths like this, belongs to somebody. So you've got to respect that land. Although you've got the rights to walk on it, you've got to respect it. It's not yours. So obviously you can't just set up camp wherever you like. You've got to have permission for that sort of thing if you want. But you can stop and have a sandwich, eat an apple, have a flask of coffee. But when you come up to gates like this, you've got to respect them. And if they're shut, which they generally are, open them, go through them, and then shut them. It doesn't take a mind reader to work that bit out. And of course, gates can be a place where there's a lot of mud. So sometimes you do have to move around a bit. Don't drop litter. It's bleeding obvious, isn't it? Don't drop litter. Animals could eat the plastic, swallow these things, get them stuck in their throats. If there's horses in a field, don't eat them. Don't feed them. You can't see this, and I'm just stopping now. Unfortunately, I don't have my telephoto lens. In this field, right in the very far corner, are a whole load of deer. And there's about 20 or 30 of them right down the far end. This is one of the things, one of the pleasures, one of the joys of getting out into the countryside, is you come across things unexpectedly. They won't come up to me. They're not like horses that will be interested, or sheep inquisitive, or cows or anything like that, they will stay away. I know I'm talking to a wide audience, and a lot of people will, of course, will be going, well, we know that, Richard, but all the time there are people joining me on my walks and they don't know all this stuff. So if I'm saying stuff which is, you know, bleeding obvious, please forgive me. Go through another gate, and there you can see a farm. It's getting a bit windy now. Follow the signs. Keep to the path. Follow the signs. These are the simple things. Sometimes the track will disappear and you may not quite know where you're going, and you may be looking for the next sign. There could be a stile, there could be a gate, there could be a hole in the hedge. You've got to use a little bit of common sense. If you do lose the track completely, go back and try and work it out from the last point that you discovered. Take a map. OS maps are the best, and an OS map will show you exactly where you are. Just learn to orientate yourself and follow these things. Do you know, this is really interesting. I've been here before, didn't know where this track went. I have done a walk with the lovely Julia here around Ashurst. Must be coming up towards Ashurst, which is in that direction, and I've walked past this farm before about a year or so ago. Ha! Well, there you are. That's it for this video. I hope I've encouraged you to get out, use a bit of common sense when you're going, enjoy yourself, and try to, obviously, if we have to stay away from people, sorry about the wind, do minimise your contact, but try and just get out and enjoy this wonderful country whilst we've still got it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, follow, subscribe, all those things. Look at all that white there of the blackthorn. Doesn't that look amazing? Fantastic. Take care, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.